Well, hello, Untethered Live family. How are you doing? How's life out there treating you? Are you cold yet? It's below freezing and I'm freezing. Shocking, I know. Hi, this is Untethered Live, Chill Stream, and I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and tonight we're going to talk about anti-disestablishmentarianism and other big words. More of them. What say you? Walter Davis is first in chat. He says, good evening, everybody. Hey, Walter, how's it going, buddy? Are you staying warm? Are you out there plowing the roads yet? You get the gold star for being first in chat. Congratulations. I think this is your first one, or pretty close to it. Amanda says, here's your gold star. And hi, Walter. And Amanda says, good evening, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. Happy hump day, Camel. You thought I was going to say it twice, didn't you? How are you tonight, Jake? Fantastic. Bill Bennett's here. He says, what's up, Untethered Live family? It looks like Walter gets the gold star for being first in chat. It looks that way, doesn't it? Amanda says hi, by the way. How are you, Bill? Are you staying warm? I'm pretty warm, all things considered. Wearing short sleeves. It is freezing here. I think it's, last time I looked, it's like 30 degrees, 32 degrees, somewhere around there. Definitely cold. Kevin Cox says, hey, driving. Don't forget to observe the speed limit. How are you, Kev? Good to see you. Amanda says hi. Oh, yeah, can you dig it? Perola says, huh? Well, that's not a question. It's three of them. Amanda says, hi, Perola, welcome. Where are you from? Who are you? And what do you want to talk about? And welcome. Oh, it's 28 degrees. Oh, we got down lower. It was 30 when I got home, so it's 28 now. Cold. Nice and cold. The Rolling Giant is welcoming himself into the show, or herself. How are you? You kind of look like my creator, Kevin Aubergeron. Or Aubergeon. I don't know who Kevin Aubergeon is, and I'm not a creator of yours. But I would like to be your buddy, so tell us about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And what is your favorite subject? And welcome to the Untethered Live Chill Stream. That goes for Perola, too. I'm a statue. Well, statues don't talk, so, probably not a statue. You might have a disease, though. You might think you're a statue. Tonight's episode is brought to you by this obligatory cup of coffee, which is a big word. That means I do it every night. Don't you want to have a cup of coffee with me and talk about the world? Maybe jam a little, do something? We'll do something. If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourself a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's get to rolling. If you don't have a cup, though, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has my face on it. What more could you want in your kitchen other than me staring at you while you eat your breakfast? So go do that. Also, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little love, throw a little feed my way, feed Jake,
Feed Jake, now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, feed Jake, my best friend, right through it all. Feed Jake. If I die before I wake, feed Jake.
Oh, yeah. All right, there's enough of that nonsense. Oh, let's see what we got here. Rolling Giant says, I am 3 feet tall. Well, why do you have a name like Rolling Giant if you're a little person? Rolling Giant says, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas is a great place to be. And I have flowers for hands, and I live in the mail. That's 30 feet underground. Well, you live in the mall that's 30 feet underground. Well, if nothing else, you have a good imagination, the Rolling Giant. Welcome. I see you're lying to me because you just said you were 3 feet tall, and now you're saying you're 8 feet tall. So something ain't right there. And by the way, I'm a grown-up, so I'd appreciate some grown-up conversation, like the kind where you're not making every word up. I appreciate that. You'd be surprised what you could learn if you talk to somebody that you don't know. Anyway, I have nothing planned for tonight. It's a long day, and I got to get up early in the morning, so I just rushed in here and turned on the camera. So whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down. You have a beard and you type correctly. Very nice. One could fault you for your mistake earlier, but I'm not gonna. I'll let you slide with it since you type so beautifully. Typesetting. I type beautifully too, but I have clumsy fingers, so it doesn't come out. Search me up, please. Why? I mean, you found me. I don't really need to look that far, do I? There you are. I got your name and everything. But if you have something interesting to offer, I'd be glad to send people in your direction if you got a channel. Do you have a channel? Do you make content? Are you a content maker? Because I'll hook you up, dog. That is, after all, why we're here. To make something out of this YouTube thing. For all its faults, it is a pretty nice place to be. It has some issues, for sure. But overall, I can't think of a better way to produce a show and have it distributed across the world. This is pretty nice. Bill Bennett says, we will check you out to see if you are 3 or 8 feet tall. Right? We're going to be watching you, the Rolling Giant. Dana's here. Hey, Dana. Greetings. How are you? How's the weather in France? Good to see you. Nice of you to be here. I appreciate you very much. And Amanda says hi. It has been one of those days. I got to work. Everything was frozen. So I had to unfreeze everything so I could use it. That's difficult. And yelled at my boss and told him he needed to buy me some insulated gloves because that water is cold. And I have to put my hands in it and also use a lot of chemicals. That's pretty rough. The Rolling Giant says, my life is horrible. My mall, when it wasn't underground, yet, and a fire broke out in my home, a.k.a. Valley View Mall. Well, I would recommend strongly you not living at the mall because, you know, it's the mall. And if you get yourself a job and pay some rent, you could have a house of your own, dwelling of your own, above ground. How old are you, the Rolling Giant? I'm asking for a friend. I'm just curious. By the way, just out of curiosity, does anybody know what the plural of the word octopus is? I'm asking because I'm in an argument with someone on a video, and I think I'm right, but we'll see. You have wheels for legs? Does that mean you're in a wheelchair? Dana says, hi, Amanda. And Dana says, octopuses. Okay. You're 56, and you talk like a 12-year-old. Interesting. Well, Rolling Giant, could you tell me something genuine about yourself? Amanda says, octopi. Anybody else? Can I get an octopod, anybody? The Rolling Giant says, my real name is Julian, a.k.a. the Rolling Giant. So you're a tall person in a wheelchair. Got it. All right. What do you do for fun other than trolling? Are you a artisan? Do you like to write or draw or watch movies? Are you into anything in particular? Are you down with the politics? Are you down with the sickness? I don't know why I'm in a confrontational mood tonight. Probably the argument I'm having about the octopus. Amanda says, I thought it was Michael. Rolling Giant. Oh, snap. Somebody busted you. There is an AMC in your mall? Well, then you can at least watch some old movies, right? Didn't AMC... Oh, nice, Dana. The temperature is 62 Fahrenheit. Nice. We're at 28 degrees Fahrenheit. 28. That's shiver-inducing. And it's going to get colder. Bill Bennett says, my friends call me Bilbo. I guess you all feel like friends. Jake, what's up? Your daily job. What is your daily job besides music and YouTube? Oh, I work at a t-shirt and screen printing place. And I make t-shirts and stuff. And I do vinyl signs and just pretty much anything. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. I've had every kind of job you can think of since I was 11 years old. Been going nonstop, sometimes day and night. At one time, I had 3 jobs, and the only sleep I got was in the car going in between those jobs. And that didn't last very long, because that's hard to do, especially when you're pulling 12-hour shifts. I know what you're thinking. Well, if you have 3 jobs and most jobs go for 8 hours, there's no way you could pull 12-hour shifts more than once. You would be wrong. It's called a sliding scale. So you work 12 hours here, and then you schedule the next job to work 12 hours there, but you have an hour in between, so that gives you more time. And so you just keep doing that. Bill Bennett says octopi. So there's 2 for octopi and 1 for octopus, and I'm saying octopi also, so there's 3 for octopi. But there has been rumored that some people think it's octopods. It's interesting. Interestingly enough, the word octopi was deemed necessary because everybody thought the word octopus was Greek. But it's not Greek, it's Latin. No, I got that backwards. Everybody thought it was Latin, but it's not Latin, it's Greek. And so octopi is not actually the proper way to pluralize that word. However, when they pluralized it, everyone accepted that because they all thought it was Latin. So it became the plural for octopus, octopi. And there's a few other words that are like that also. But interestingly enough, the actual word is octopus, whether you're talking about 1 or 1,000, because it's the same as deer, and deer. That's plural and singular. But everyone that you speak to in a syntax way will say octopi, because that's what everybody's accepted, even though it's incorrect. Isn't that unusual? You broke a wall because somebody named Wyatt robbed your mall. Interesting. What did they steal? Bill Bennett says, Indiana's 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. Cold. Amanda says, wow. I just want to see snow, says Amanda. Yes, I think you will. It is cold enough. If it remains this temperature for more than a couple of days, it'll probably snow by Friday or Saturday. My guess. I don't know for sure, but I would say so. It's snowing all around us right now. I think I heard this morning that it was snowing in Virginia, and I know it's snowing in Tennessee and Indiana, so it's got to come this way if it stays cold enough. We'll see. And that would be awesome to see snow on my birthday. Her birthday is the 11th, by the way. If anybody wants to wish her a happy birthday on Friday, that'd be the time. Or Saturday. I was thinking I wouldn't be here on Saturday, but I will be. So you can do it Saturday. I won't be here Monday because I've got somewhere to be. Now that the new year has rolled around, my band has started picking up pace. So, more and more sightings. More Jake sightings. So the word octopus, the plural for octopus is octopus. But everyone will say octopi, some will say octopuses, and the occasional weirdo will say octopod, but it's octopus. Moving on to anti-disestablishmentarianism. That word is about that long. It's a very large word, and what it means is opposition to the establishment of the Church of England. More specifically, you can use that word in any context if you disagree with the establishment or the narrative, which is kind of what's happening in America right now. Let's see here. I'm looking for the etymology of the word so I can explain it properly. Interestingly enough, the scientific Latin term octopus was derived from an ancient Greek word, octopus, which is a compound word, octo for 8, and paus or foot for 8 feet. Itself a variant form of octopus, a word used, for example, by Alexander of Tralles and 525 to 605 for the common octopus. The standard pluralized form of the word octopus in English is octopus. The ancient Greek word pluralized is octopod, like I said earlier. Also has been used historically. The alternative plural octopi is usually considered incorrect because it is wrongly assumes that the word octopus is a Latin word because of the U.S. at the end of it. It is derived from a Greek word. Yep, that's exactly what it says. Historically, the first plural to commonly appear in the English language source in the 19th century is the Latina. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. Where'd you go? Oh, I lost it. Oh, well. Anyway, so it is a confusing word, to say the least. There are a few of those in the English language, and I'm fascinated by that sort of etymology because English in and of itself is comprised of about 8 different languages, all crammed together. We have words that are from French. We have words that are from Spanish. And if you know, there's 7 major dialects of language on the planet, and then all other languages are based on one of those 7 primary languages, such as Slavic or German or whatever, French. Hey, I'm French, says the Rolling Giant. Congratulations. We have Dana, who is in France. Amanda says, right, Dana, but what's the plural for the word? Right, octopus. It's octopus. Anyway, Dana says octopuses. Well, some scholars disagree. Bill Bennett says, I've seen a few words from Webster's dictionary has changed in my life. Right. Sorry, I can't give an example off the top of my head. Bootylicious would be one of them. But someone or something changed the definition. Well, that's the interesting thing about words is that over time, words do change meanings, like the word gay, for example. The word gay originally meant happy or upbeat. Now it means something entirely different. And in 100 years, it might mean something even more different. Another word would be okay, O-K, which is actually an abbreviation for something that has to do with battle. But we use it to mean all right. That's not what that word means. Anyway, look it up. It's interesting. But, oh, thank you for subscribing, Rolling Giant. I appreciate you. Amanda says, yep, they have, Bill. That's right. Words do change meanings. And that's what I was talking about. It's etymology, because words have a source, usually a root word, and then the name or the word is built off of that root meaning. One of the most fascinating words in the English language is the F word, because it can mean anything in any context. You can use it for surprise. You can use it for anger. You can use it for suspense. You can use it for intimidation. You can use it for fear. Any way you want to use that word, you can use it. You put an exclamation point on it, and all of a sudden it's an action word. You can use it as a passing phrase. You can use it as a comment or commentary on a situation. It is a fascinating word that we have that just plugs into any situation. However, the original root of that word is the word ficken, which is a Swedish word, and what it means is to rock back and forth. Like if you get your wagon stuck in the mud, you ficken it by rocking it back and forth until it becomes loose. And then we changed the meaning of that word over time. There are other words in our language that don't even come from a word, but from an entire statement, like the word shit. S-H-I-T actually stands for ship high in transit. And it's something they used to put on boxes when they boarded ships so that they wouldn't get wet. They'd put them up on the top shelf. And then we just eventually took that and made a word out of it. Words are fascinating. 90% of the words we use as slang come from maritime behavior, or like river boats, or baseball, or poker. Like, you got an ace in the hole, or you have me over a barrel. You know what that means? That means that if you fall into the river and you drowned, they would hoist you up on deck and then lay you backwards over a wooden barrel, which would make the water come up out of your lungs, and they'd roll you back and forth until you started breathing again. That's what "you've got me over a barrel" means. So, etymology's fun, is what I'm saying. Dana says, the Rolling Giant. J'adore la langue de Francia. I guess. C'est une très belle langue. I think she speaks French. I don't. Bill says, any word that says puss is interesting. Also funny. LOL. Right? Amanda says, pleasure word. Yes. The Rolling Giant says, my life is horrible again. They threw me to the ground and ripped my wheels out of my body, but I always come back. Well, I am going to discontinue this conversation because I don't know what you're talking about, and it's not contributing to the conversation. So, if you want to find out a little bit more about each other outside of the show, and if you would like to keep up with all things Untethered Live Universe, how about do me a favor and go check out Facebook.com/UntetheredLive Family. That's our Facebook presence, and I'd appreciate you to go by there and check it out. Thank you very much. Now, another interesting word. Okay, says the Rolling Giant. All right, listen, have a conversation with me. What's your favorite word? That's what we're talking about at the moment. I don't want to discourage your creativity, but it helps everyone if we can have a conversation, because nobody else understands your comments. So, join the club, talk about something. What's that? You're getting Amanda angry. She's grabbing for her hammer. I'm about to pull her away from it. That's not a word. That is a quote from a movie. That would be, what, Mary Poppins? I think that's what it was. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which is nice, but not a word. So I like it. I like it too. What about equipment? Sure. What kind of equipment are you referring to? There's all kinds of equipment. I have some behind me, behind that green screen. Probably not the equipment you're referring to, but it is equipment. It's me, what's up? He says, legalese language will mess you all of definitions. Yes, they have ways of using words like are or is or the to really expand the meaning of a contract. And if you don't speak legalese, which is why it's important that you hire a lawyer. If you're in entertainment like I am, you need an entertainment lawyer that understands the legalese or other types of contracts, because the layman person doesn't read a contract the way that a business does. And they have ways of writing things that look perfectly natural, but will endow you to be beholden to whatever language in the contract is. And if you don't know how to read it, it can trick you, make you sign something you did not intend to sign. Amanda says, hi, it's me. And then she says, the banhammer, the boot. That's a warning. So, legalese, for example, the words in perpetuity is often used in a contract. Most people don't know what perpetuity means. And if you're smart enough to know what that word means, it's usually not used in the context that it is in a contract. If you sign a contract that has in perpetuity in the sentence anywhere that you're agreeing to, you have just clad yourself to that contract for eternity under all circumstances, which is not a good thing to do, and it's not good business. So always be cautious of that when you're signing contracts or reading them. Look for words like perpetuity, which is also a pretty big word. Bill says, sleigh and not Santas or slashes. No more new words. How about Trump wanting Greenland or the Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America? Well, Bill, those are great conversations for Saturday politics, but from what I understand, Greenland is strategically located between China, Russia, and America, and they want it. Now, nobody actually owns Greenland, and the people that live there don't have the right to it. They're from, Denmark or something like that? And I think Trump has a loophole, and if he wants it, he could probably get it and probably conscript them into America. He's also said something about taking Panama Canal back, which was lost under Jimmy Carter, for $1. He sold it for $1. Cost us millions to build it, and then he sold it for $1. Why? He didn't think he needed it, but apparently he does. Also, I've heard the floating out of the idea of changing the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America. I don't know if he's going to do that or not. That seems hyperbolic to me, but it is possible because we do own it. And we bought it in the Louisiana Purchase, I would imagine. I don't think that's going to be a big issue. The thing that's interesting is he's floated the idea of conscripting Canada to being the 51st state, which the possible new leader of Canada says there's no way that's going to happen. However, it might. It might, because we pay them a lot of money anyway, and we're basically protecting them with our military. So it is possible. I don't know if any of these things are actually going to happen. I think it just might be talk, but it is possible. It's me says, hello, I just stopped in, but I got to go. I hear you, buddy. Well, thank you for being here. Amanda says, well, dang, it's me. Be good. See you next time. There used to be 22 people, but now there's 9. Well, that will change throughout the night. There has actually been 60 people in and out, as you'll see. Dana says, perpetuity, endless or indefinitely long duration, or for the existence of the contract. Eternally, something that is perpetual, an annuity, paid for life. Exactly. And if you're not careful, they can use that word against you as well as they can use it in your favor. That's one of those tricky contract words. April says, what's up, everybody? Good to see you all. Much love. Hit that like button, subscribers. Share, support, join, and get yourself a J-tag. Jake and Amanda, all in chat. I'm late. That's all right, honey. You're here. That's what matters. We got some new people in the chat. How are you? Are you staying warm down there in Florida? Amanda says, hi, April, hon. Dana says, hi, April, rain, heart. April says, hey, hon, hugs, smiley face. Rolling Giant says, welcome, April Rain. She's got a wrench. April says, Dana, good to see you. Hugs, smiley face with herpes, love. Walter Davis says, good evening, everybody. What's up, Walter? How's Linda? How are you? Are you guys warm enough up there? Stephen Walker comes in. Hi, Stephen. Welcome to the show. He says, I don't know what I've flicked on to, but hi, I'm from the UK. Hi, Stephen. We got a few people from the UK over here. Good to see you. Welcome to the show. We're talking about big words. Do you have any to contribute? Amanda says, hi, Walter, again. You got the gold star, Walter, by the way. And hi, Stephen, welcome. April says, hi, Giant, thanks, how are you? And April says, Stephen, welcome, greetings from Florida. Smiley face, thumbs up, prayers, and hearts. Nice. Can't keep my cigarette lit. Stephen says, big in length or meaning. We're talking about big words like perpetuity or anti-disestablishmentarianism is the one I put in the title, but there's many. We're discussing etymology. So the meaning of a word or the origin of the word or how two words come together to make one word. It's just interesting to look at language in general, specifically English, but other languages are permitted. But English is an interesting language because it's a hodgepodge of multiple languages all smashed together to form new meanings. Esophagus, says Rolling Giant. Nice. That's that little portion of your throat right here. Esophagus. That's a good word. Esophageal would be a bigger word. April says, I read that one. Walker said, I read that one. Sheesh. Catch up, Jake. Steven says, cheers all. You're lovely. Well, thank you. You're lovely too, Steven. Walter says, hi, Jake, April, Giant, Steven, Amanda, Dana, Bill. It's me. And welcome, Steven. Yep, I've pronounced that word once in my life. That would be pneumonotram-ecrospiculacephacolavanalasis. That's a hard word. Do you have a definition or do you want me to look it up? Because I can't spell that. That's a big word. Nice. It's also like two words put together. It's not actually pronounced like that, I wouldn't imagine. I imagine you could cram it together, and I imagine it appears that way in a search, but those are two separate illnesses. Dana says, hi, Walter Davis. Rolling Giant says, oh, Wonderland. Nice. Now, there's a good word. Philippication. That's a big word. What do these words mean, Amanda? Since you're throwing them out there. Stephen Walker says, helicopter. The etymology is great. It's not helicopter, but helico, as in helix, winged from pterodactyl. Nice. That is a very good word, helicopter. Also, interestingly about a helicopter, which was invented by Sikorsky, He's the first guy that made the helicopter, and they have a line of helicopters named after him. Sikorsky, I can't remember his first name, but that's his last name. On paper, a helicopter should not be able to fly it. Much like the Bumblebee, it is top-heavy and not in the slightest bit aerodynamic. Why it does work is because of centrifugal force that allows it to move in three-dimensional space, whereas on paper, mathematically, it should not function. It's an interesting thing. Pterodactyls also are non-aerodynamic and made of leather, so they don't fly very well, but they do fly because they did. Interestingly enough, the world was different when pterodactyls existed. The atmosphere was thicker and it had less oxygen. And so if a pterodactyl existed today, it would be a non-flying critter, like a ostrich, because it wouldn't be able to take flight. April says, Walter, good to see you, Linda. Much love, heart, heart. And Amanda says, pneu is a lung infection, like pneumonia, yes. And it is the longest word in the world, yes. It's actually two infections. If you'll look that word up, it's two different illnesses put together. Like meningococcal meningitis, that kind of thing. Elephant. Nice. Rolling Giant. Rachel Floyd says, hello. Hi, Rachel. Good to see you. We're talking about big words. You got one? Amanda says, the act of estimating something as worthless. Flacco anarchifilification. Interesting. Can't even say that word. Is Linda here? I haven't seen her, Walter. She's not with you. Bill Bennett says, supersonic, idiotic brain affected full of monkey poop. Then say toy boat 5 times as fast as you can. Toy boat, 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 toy boat. Can't do it. El hombre fuego tizanio, says somebody from another language. But salute back to you, sir. Nice to be here. Amanda says, hi, El hombre. Hi, El hombre. What about supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Amanda put that word in earlier. I don't know that that's an actual word, but it is from a movie. I think it's Mary Poppins. I might be wrong about that. It was definitely Dick Van Dyke that said it, I would think. And that is a very sexy word. I just don't know if I could come up with a meaning for it. Rolling Giant says, headphones. Also, not a big word. Walter Davis says, hi, Rachel and hombre. Cosmo, hee. What's up, Cosmo? You got a big word? Nice to see you, buddy. Walter says, I'm at my mom's and she's at home. I haven't seen her today, Walter, but if she pops in, I'll let her know you're looking for her. Amanda says, hi, Cosmo. Hippopotamus Strauss esquipedilophobia. Nice. I know what triskaidekaphobia is. I guess that would be the fear of hippopotamuses. Hippopotami, actually. Rachel says, Dana, where are you from? Dana's from the Czech Republic. I assume she's from there. She lives there, and she's currently in France. Cosmo says, hi. Walter Davis says, hi, Cosmo. Rachel says, Walter, call Linda. Isn't she your wife? Yeah, call her. Call her what? What would you have me call her? Linda? Amanda says, good, wonderful. The only word to characterize Kepler's discoveries was supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And yes, it's from Mary Poppins. Nice. Kepler would be the guy who discovered some stars and also the rings around Saturn. And we had a, what do you call that thing? A telescope named after Kepler and a few other spacecraft. Interesting. And there's a star named after Kepler as well. 2 of them. At least 2 of them. There's one A and one B, but I can't, there's a string of numbers I can't remember. Dana says, Rachel Floyd, I am from Czech Republic, and I'm Czech, Central Europe. Nice. Bathroom, says Rolling Giant. Rolling Giant just doesn't get the idea of a conversation. Rachel Floyd says, Walter, you should know where your wife is. Cosmo says that same word that we said earlier. Nice. And then Steve Walker says, as a Brit, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is a word. That would make sense. And Rachel says, it would be odd if Jake knew where she was and you didn't. No, I'm a podcaster. I know where everybody is. And Rachel says, Dana, lucky. Cosmo says, a lung disease caused by the inhalation of silica or quartz dust. Yes, it's actually two diseases put together, like meningococcal meningitis. It's that sort of thing. Rachel says, I've been trying to move to Europe for years. It's lovely over there. I don't know about the political climate as of recently, but Amanda says, LOL, I already used that one, Cosmo. Yep, we've already done the top 3 on Google. Search for big words. I was more interested in whether you had one in the can or not. Walter says, I know where she is. I'm just surprised she's not here. Me too, kind of. She might not be feeling good tonight. Kevin says, I thought supercalifragilisticexpialidocious was a song by Julie Andrews. Am I right or am I wrong? You're probably right. Rachel says, oh, well, call her and ask her why she isn't here then. Amanda says, I used that one too, Cosmo, LOL. Steve Walker says, Europe is many countries, but vague. Right on. Orangutan. Now, there's an interesting word. Orangutan from the word orange and tan. It's a bit vague. Got it. Dakota writes here. Hey, friends. Hey, Dakota. How are you? Dana says, Kevin Cox from Mary Poppins. The song is from Mary Poppins. It might be a Julie Andrews song. I don't know. Or she may have covered that song from Mary Poppins. I'm not really sure which order they came in. Walter says, I just shared to hear to remind her. Excellent. She might not be feeling well, Walter. I know she didn't feel good last week. Amanda says, hi, Dakota. Dakota says, hey, Dana. Walter says, hi, Dakota. And Dana says, hey, Dakota Wright. Dakota says, hi, Walter Davis. Onomatopoeia is a long word. It's very nice. It's a word that refers to words that imitate sounds or noises, like boom or buzz is an onomatopoeia. Very nice. That's a good word. Very nice. Do you know what a palindrome is? Palindromes are a big word, and it refers to a word that spells the same thing forwards and backwards. Like, what does race car spell backwards? Race car. And Steve Water says, orangutan means old man of the forest, because clearly orange and tan was a punchline I didn't get. I'm with you, Stephen. I hear you, buddy. Listen to me. You can't trust anything I say. I'm a comedian. That thing says we're at Bible study. Stream Elements, I believe you got the wrong day, buddy. Cacophony. There's a good word. Cacophony means an unpleasant mixture of sounds, like listening to me play drunk. Dakota Wright says, hi, Stephen. Stephen says, nothing to do with orange. I know. It was a joke. Walter says, hey, Kevin. Rachel says, I've been trying to move to Sweden, Stephen. And then she says something in Swedish. Specific enough? Rolling Giant says bug. That's not a big word. Walter says, I talked to her earlier and she was good. Well, that's good to hear. Maybe she just got busy and forgot. Dakota says, hi, Rachel. And Amanda says, Bell, to give a false representation to, a misrepresentation, Byzantine, complex and intricate, cajole, persuade or flatten by coaxing, Bell. Unless that's belie. I think it's belie. I can't hardly see the chat. It's kind of dark. Steven says, Bible study here on Thursday? Nope, it's wrong. I don't know why it did that. Bible study is on Sunday and Monday. This is just a chill stream. We talk about everything. See, Wednesday and Friday are chill streams. Saturday is politics, so we talk about politics and other things. Sunday and Monday are Bible study. Rachel says, Byzantine Empire. Very interesting, the Byzantine Empire. Rotivore is the same word backwards, says Cosmo. So is level. And Bob. Walter says, I'm trying to remember some of Jeff Foxworthy's redneck dictionary words, like sensuous or mayonnaise. I got you. Or could you, would you? Would you, did you? Garrulous. Talking too much. I'm guilty. Hoi polio. Or hoi polloi. Hoi polloi. That's what I'm going with. Hoi polloi. The common people generally. Hubris. Overbearing pride. Iconoclastic. Very nice. Hubris is what our government is currently suffering from. Iconoclastism is what Donald Trump is currently suffering from. And I don't know what hoi polloi is, unless that's the Speaker of the House. I think that's the Speaker of the House, right? Bill Bennett says, I have no clue what we're talking about, LOL. We're talking about big words. There's no subject. We're just talking about big words. And trying to come up with things I don't know. Angela Askin says, hello, everyone. I miss you all. Hey, Angela. How are you? Amy's here. Hi, Amy. Hope you guys are doing well and staying warm. It's kind of chilly out there this week. Stephen Walker says, Rachel, I've lived in Sweden. Happy to talk more offline if you want my contact details. Nice. Dana says, orangutan literally means man of the woods from Malay Austrasine. Yes. Yes, it does. I just thought it was funnier to say orange and tan. Amanda says, hi, Angela. Dakota says, hi, Angela. Rachel says, help me get that wise man. Oh, sorry. Help me get that visa, man. See, I told you I couldn't hardly see the chat. If you squint and have blurry vision, that looks like the word wise. Amanda says, hi, Amy. Linda Davis is here. She says, good evening, everyone. Sorry I'm late. My daughter took me out to dinner. Well, there's the culprit, dinner. Linda, we were worried about you. How are you, darling? Hope everything is well. Amy Elizabeth says, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise, a lot of people here. Right on. That's a Jeff Foxworthy word, mayonnaise. Dakota says, hi, Linda Davis. And hi, Amy Elizabeth. Dana says, I agree with you, Jake, on the hubris. Yeah, unfortunately, we got a lot of that going on around here right now. And I'm really hoping that the adults come back to the table soon, because if they don't, we're in trouble in the West. That's why I try so hard to be funny, because there's a lot of serious going on right now. Amy Elizabeth says, low of 3 degrees here tonight. Wow. A foot of snow earlier this week. Amy, bundle up, honey, and start a fire because that's cold. We just made it to 28, 27, 28 degrees tonight. So, and that's cold. So, hoi polloi, the many or the people, says Amanda. Hoi polloi. I like it. I wonder if that's where they get the word hullabaloo, which is not the same word, but sounds very similar. Amy Elizabeth says, but on the bright side, snow is God's frosting. Right on. Literally and figuratively. Amanda says, hi, Linda. And wow, Amy. Stephen says, hoi polloi is a random Latin phrase that is also British slang. Interesting. You learn a lot in an Untethered Live chill stream. April and I am at Gators, says Kevin. You guys getting some dinner? And Linda says, I'm good. She worked all weekend, so she took me out for my birthday, which was Friday, right? Friday? Yeah, Friday. Or was it Sunday? I can't remember. I'm caught up in the malaise of the world. It's last week anyway. I sang you happy birthday. I just can't remember what day it is now. Angela says, I'm in a tent up here in Indiana. It is so cold out there. I don't think my heater is making a difference at all now. Angela, why are you in a tent? If you don't mind me asking, if it's not personal. And do you need a better heater? Because we'll make sure you have one. Amy says, more snow coming on Friday. And Amanda says, oh no, Angela, bundle up. And Cosmo says, the low of 24 here tonight with real feel of 20. Well, I feel like if it feels like it's 20 degrees, it's 20 degrees. What's this feels like nonsense? Sunday was your birthday. That's right. I knew it was last weekend. I just couldn't remember if it was Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. You'd be surprised if you work all day and then do 5 podcasts a week. You get kind of confused as to what day it is sometimes. And Amy says, Angel, bundle up prayers. Bill Bennett says, I knew an Ange from Indiana around Lynn and Richmond. Kind of homeless right now. I'm sorry to hear that, Angela. Do you need any help? Do you need a better heater? Hit the thumbs up and share the videos, says Amy Elizabeth. Thank you very much, Amy. And we'll come together and send you one if you need one, Angel. All right, at least you got internet. That's something. I'm going to put my email address in the chat, Angel. If you need something, email me and I'll see to it that you get it, okay? There's my email address right there in the chat. So if you want to talk to me, email that and we'll take care of you, okay? Amy says, Angel, if I had more room, you could stay with me. Well, you have a couch. I'm sure she wouldn't argue. Walter says, hi, Amy and Ange. Angel. Sorry, Angle. Angle. You're angling. Yep. Thank you, Amy. Dana says, the increase of homelessness is breaking my heart. Yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, there are a few that are homeless because of circumstances. And there's a whole lot that are homeless because they want to be. And unfortunately, that kind of ruins it for the people that actually need help. Most people have kind of thrown their hands up and aren't really doing a whole lot to help them. Oh, they make millions on homeless projects. They just never seem to address the problem. So I don't really know what to do about that. Amy says, my husband died on my couch and I can't sit on it or sleep on it. I do understand that. And Linda says, hi, Walter, heart. Walter says, hi, Linda. And Amanda says, aw, Amy, hon, it's terrible. Stephen says, bullshit. I assume you mean a word, bullshit. Kevin Cox says, I saw a man sleeping or trying to sleep just outside the pizza place. It's a sad problem. It is a sad problem. I wish there was something that we could all do about it. However, they've sent enough money overseas during this war to have fixed homelessness twice over. I don't know what we could do to fix it, because they seem to not have any money when it's time to fix a problem here. But if somebody does something over there that might make a little bit, they got plenty of money to send. So I don't know how to solve that problem. I just know that I'm guessing we're not doing all we can do as a country. Walter says, Angel, do you have a tarp over your tent? There are a lot of ways to live comfy in a tent in the winter. Well, the tarp would definitely knock the wind down and keep the warmth in. Or are you referring, Stephen, to what I said about homelessness? I mean, so few people choose to be homeless. You said it was mostly a choice, and that's bullshit. Well, that is not what I said, Stephen. And if you're going to call me out, then you need to go back and listen to what I said, instead of having a knee-jerk reaction to something you barely understood. Anybody here that knows me knows exactly what I'm talking about, because they're from here and they know the problem. I don't know what it's like in your country, nor would I hazard a guess. But in mine, there are a few people that are homeless. And by a few, I mean less than 1 million compared to the number of homeless that there are. Now, I have personally offered jobs to people that are out there holding signs up saying I'm homeless and I'm hungry, and they've turned me down with cussing because they make more money standing there than I do working. So trust me, I'm not wrong. It may be hard to say something like that, but I don't have that problem because I don't have a filter. That being said, if you're going to call something I said bullshit, you better come swinging, because I mean what I say. Christine says, hi, everyone. Hey, Christine, good to see you, buddy. Walter says, I'm a plan on winter camping with my son this weekend, and we will be warm at 20 degrees. Well, share how you're doing that, because somebody might need that information. Amanda says, hi, Christine. Christine says, we're doing big, long words today. Yes, sir. You got one? Uniformitarianism. Very nice. That would be the opposite of anti-disestablishmentarianism. Walter says, hi, Christine. And Amy says, if someone could figure out how to profit from ending homelessness, no one would be homeless. Well, that's not entirely true, because they figured out a way to profit from not fixing homelessness. And if you don't believe that, just go to any major city and look at the programs in which the government has for homelessness, or better yet, do a search, because it's public record, of the top people in those companies that are doing nonprofits for homelessness, and see how much they make a year, and then question, where's that money going? Because there's a lot of people that donate to this problem, but it never seems to get to where it needs to be. And I wonder why that is. That's a observation. I don't have any evidence to back that up, but I assure you it's not a bad observation. But if they could make more money by curing homelessness, they probably would. But they make pretty good not curing it. It's kind of like cancer. There's a whole lot of money in not curing cancer. Seems to be. Amy says, I agree, Jake. I talked to a guy in Venice Beach who said some people chose to be homeless. A lot of them do. A lot of them just for whatever reason. And I am not prescribing a reason, because I don't know what they're going through or what their lives are like. I'm not accusing them of anything. I'm just saying that for whatever reason, they choose that lifestyle because it is a lifestyle. Not all of them, but a large amount of them. And that's one of the reasons we don't fix it, because you can't, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. There have been times where cities or governments of some kind has built like housing units and then put the homeless people in it. There's even been there was one that I knew about in Florida where they would make you take a drug test every week. And if you were doing drugs, they'd kick you out. So you couldn't do drugs and you had to be looking for work. And they'd give you this little small house, like in a subdivision kind of situation, for free, as long as you followed their rules. You have to attend AA meetings and that sort of thing. They couldn't keep anybody in those houses, or they would go in and just start doing drugs. So how can you fix a problem when it doesn't appear to be fixable? I don't know. That's a good question, and it's one we should probably all think about, but I don't know what the answer would be. Because there are people that are genuinely in need, but they don't get heard because there's so many that are just there. They don't want to do any better. I guess. I don't know why they do it. Steve says, fair enough. I don't know the situation in your country or state. Also, you seem like a great bloke. Apologies. No problem, Steven. And I didn't mean to sound snappy. It's just, I'm in that kind of mood tonight. But it's just one of those things, man. It just doesn't seem to be an answer to that question. And I don't know why. Walter says, you're right, Jake. Linda and I have raised kids whose parents made more than us panhandling. Yeah. And I guess the answer is one that's kind of callous. If it's easier to do it this way, why do it that way? I guess that would be the answer. I don't know. Hang on, my chat jumped. Linda Davis says, I don't think you will be camping this weekend if this snowstorm comes to fruition. If it snows a lot, you probably shouldn't camp. Angela says, I have a tarp over my tent, and I keep snow in it for insulation. The problem is my tent is big and hard to keep heat in, and I'm good when my dogs and I are completely under all the blankets. I hear you, and I'm sorry you're having to go through that, Angela. Like I said, if you need something, email me, and we'll talk about it privately, and I'll take care of what you need. Christine says, yep, that's for sure, because they use the homeless in California and all over Hawaii, pay the homeless to stay in trash. They pay the homeless to stay and trash up the area, so they drive down the property value as a business tactic. Well, yeah, there's people that do that too, unfortunately. I don't know who or where, but I do know that is a thing that they do. And they use, like, for example, if you go to San Francisco, right, that place is trashed. Yet, when the leader of China was coming, Gavin Newsom cleaned that place up overnight. You couldn't find a homeless person. The streets were spotless. I think it was San Francisco. Might have been somewhere else, but I think it was San Francisco. Anyway, if you go back and watch the news footage, he cleaned that city up overnight. There was no homeless people anywhere to be found. There was no trash. There was no graffiti. It was spotless for a week. Now it's back to the way it was before. So the answer is, so you can clean up the city if you want to. I don't know why anybody hasn't asked. Why don't you do that all the time? Dana says, Amy Elizabeth, it is unprofitable to stop homelessness. I think that was kind of the point that she was making. I'm not sure, but it seems like they make a lot of money treating homelessness. They just don't ever solve homelessness. Amanda says, I knew a guy who stood at Walmart every day and then walked to the back of Walmart and got in his Corvette and drove home. Yeah. Linda says, Walter, you will be blowing. Smiley face. Mm-hmm. Walter says, Linda, looks like it's going south of here. Well, that's a good idea. I know somebody that's been wanting to see some snow. Amanda says, LOL, Linda, you got that backwards. Just kidding. I know, snow. Dana says, drug abuse and alcoholism play a big role in homelessness. I agree. And also, and I hate to say this because, again, this is another situation where some people actually need this, but welfare plays a big role in it too, because people are incentivized to just accept enough to get by. And if you can get enough to get by, you don't have to try very hard. You can just sit there and you'll get enough to get by regardless, which is why basic income is not a good idea. A universal basic income, you know how they want to do that, where everybody like gets $1,000 a month? That's not a good idea. Because if you give everybody enough to get by on, that's all they're going to aspire to is enough to get by on. There will be very few people that actually push beyond that. It's not good, but you're absolutely right about that. Linda Davis says, correction, you will be plowing, not blowing. Walter says, looks like maybe on standby, but probably not plowing snow. Amanda says, LOL, Linda. Amy says, drug addicts leads to depression, leads to homelessness, leads to addiction, leads to depression, leads to homelessness, etc., etc. Right. That's one of the big problems. It's not the only one, though. It is circular, though. Bill Bennett says, I think this channel just passed my brain activity with all these big words. I want free shit also, but my heart tells me you don't work, you don't eat. I agree with that. I'd like free stuff too, but I'm smart enough to understand, probably because my mama did a good job, but I can kind of see how if my basic needs are met, I have no ambition to do anything but watch TV. There's no need. I don't need to work because I've got everything I need. I may not have everything I want, but I'm not starving. My electricity's on, so why am I going to work, right? That's the problem with communism. If only a few people are doing the work and everybody else is just getting the same thing regardless, those people that are working are going to give up. What's the point? There's nothing to aspire to. There's nothing to drive you. There's no need, so you don't have that thing in you that says, I gotta, right? When I get up and go to work in the morning, I don't care how I feel. I don't care what the world looks like. I don't care if it's snowing. I got to go to work. I gotta because I have a mouth to feed and a responsibility to keep the lights on. If I didn't have that, you bet your bottom dollar I'd lay in that bed all day long. That's just the way it is. And I think that's a thing that I think people need that. I think you need to have a responsibility where you have no other choice. Because if you don't, no aspiration is bred in you. You don't try. So why go anywhere else? Why not just exist? People are inherently lazy. And that's just the way it is. You have to achieve energy to do something else, right? You have to push for excellence. It's not something that comes naturally. You are right. If you don't work, you shouldn't eat. Steve says, Brit question, what is panhandling? Okay. Have you ever seen somebody standing out beside the road in dirty clothes with a cardboard sign with black magic marker written on it, we'll work for food? And then you drive by and give him $1? That's panhandling. It started around the panhandle of Florida and Texas, in that area. And it just kept the nickname, panhandling. Hope that helps. Basically bumming around. I don't know what British people call it, but I'm sure it's the same thing. Amy Elizabeth says, panhandling is begging for money on the street. Right on. And Amanda says, it is asking people for money on the street corner, Stephen. Christine says, Monopoly is the exclusive seller versus monospony is the exclusive buyer. These are both arms of the oligarchs who use control or power over people for profit. I got it. Both good words, by the way. Very nice word. Very nice use of the word. Amy says it was San Francisco. I thought it was. I knew it was in California, but I wasn't sure exactly where. But yeah, it was San Francisco. And they cleaned that place up overnight. I mean, it was spotless. It looked great. It looked like a brand new city. How they did that, I don't know. But I guess if you throw enough money at something, you can do anything. Except cure homelessness. For whatever reason. Or cancer. Walter says, Angela, get off the ground. Heat rises a foot off the floor makes a big difference. That's a smart idea. I don't know how you could do that. Yeah, an air mattress might work. Christine says, there's those musical musicians, Brewsters, play instruments or shoulder artistry in public for donations, which is optional. Okay, well, that's called busking where we're from. That's where you go out and play for the public and they tip you, right? And that is optional. Do they call it Brewsters where you're at? Or is that a word? What does that word mean? Brewster, is that the name of a particular musician or a place where they play? Here it's called busking. Amy says San Francisco has an app that tells people where the crap on the street is. Human, not pet. Right, human feces. Yeah, it's an app that tells you where anybody that spots human feces, they just put a pin and it tells you where it's at. That's gross. Jeff Green says, good evening. Hey, Jeff, good to see you. Amanda says, hi, Jeff. Walter says, hey, Jeff. Jeff says, hey, Amanda and Walter. And Amy says, on a side note, it's Elvis's birthday. Is it really? Well, happy birthday. I miss Elvis. Jeff Green says, it is not for the love of bread that bakers bake. This is true. It's for the love of money. Dana says, people work very hard throughout communist regimes. Anyone who did not want to work or was without work was arrested or put in prison. This is the true story, the true history. Okay. Well, there's a reason that communism doesn't work. And Walter says, if you don't work, you shouldn't eat is fine. But GHF Bible says, if someone asks you, you should give. If it's the real thing. Well, the actual Bible says that too. I don't know what a GHF Bible is, but somebody asking you for help is not the same thing as if you don't work, you shouldn't eat. There are people that are in need. There are people that are incapable of working. There are people that have illnesses or problems doing physical labor or whatever. If you are of sound mind and are of a healthy body and of age to do so, you should have a job, period. You should be contributing to your family, period. That's not to say that there aren't people that need taken care of, and those people we should provide for. And if you'll read the Bible, it does tell you emphatically to take care of the poor, the widows, and the fatherless. That is our job as normal, upstanding people, is to help those. They even tell you that if you have a field, if you're a rich man and you have fields of food, that when you plow that field and get your food, when you reap your harvest, you should leave the corners of the field so that the poor people can come in and get what they need to eat, so that everybody's fed. You get fed because you own a field and you get to sell all that for profit. The community gets fed because you left enough for everybody to eat, and everybody's taken care of, and that's the way it should be. That's the way all people should act. All people don't act that way, but they should. So you are right about that. Angela says, I have the lounge part of a 2-piece couch that my dog and I are on, and I'm having a problem with squatters, basically. I'll get them out, but it was just time. I hear you. Well, squatters is a bad thing, too. That's more people taking something that doesn't belong to them because it's convenient, and that's not a good way to be. Jeff Green says, good one, Walter. Amy says, Angel, stand up for yourself. That's right. Get a big gun or a big hammer. It's hard to argue with somebody when they've got the butt end of a claw hammer. Trust me. April says, yep, it's Elvis's 90th birthday. Rest in peace, Elvis. I agree. Walter Davis says, what city are you in, Angela? Christine Marshall says, a lot of people have morals. Well, so-called moralism. Homelessness can't be solved through people's humility. We must have true equanimity to tackle world hunger and homelessness. I think equality of opportunity, not equality of outcome. Angela says, air mattresses are very cold. The air inside just doesn't get warm when it is so cold. I didn't know that. Amy says, it's my mom's birthday, too. That's how I know that. I've mentioned my mom's obsession with Elvis before. Yes, you have. And I love Elvis, too, by the way. And so does April. She's a nut. She's like a real Elvis fan. I just like his music. Christine says, no, Jake, you said it right. I said it wrong. The music buskers, I think I said that wrong again. Yeah, it's busker, B-U-S-K-E-R. You're right. Okay. So, yeah, that's what they call them. And I've done that before. I've went out and, played in a park and got tips and drew a crowd. That's fun. It's a little unreliable, though. You can't guarantee what you're going to make, so I don't do it a lot. But I have done it. I kind of do it on here, too, sometimes. But, again, you can't guarantee you're going to make anything. April says, hi, Amy, Jeff, Angela, Christine. Good to see you. Hearts and smiley faces. And Amy says, I've been reading the Gideon's Bible I saved from the trash at work. I hate it when people throw Bibles away. I've got 4 or 5 of them in my barn that have just been picked up from place to place. I see them and I pick them up. I think I've got a Mormon Bible out there. I've never even cracked the cover on it. I don't care what's in it. It's just disrespectful. So, good on you. And Gideon, I think their Bible is the King James Bible. I'm not real sure about that, but I think so. I think they're the first people to put a patent or a copyright, rather, on the Bible. And therefore, all the other people have to pay Gideon's or whatever establishment they're with for copyrighting the Bible. It's interesting. April says, yep, I remember, Amy. Right on. I love it. Thumbs up, stone smiley face, and a smiley face with herpes. Angela says, it's 20 degrees right now. I wish I had a vehicle to warm up in while I'm on the phone, though. I hear you. I wish you did, too. Walter says, Angela, you got to be a foot off the floor. Big difference. Jeff Green says, hi, April. Rachel says, I can't even take care of myself or help myself. Well, there's people like that, for whatever reason that might be. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just telling you what my basic programming is. There's all kinds of people in the world. Amy says, April, clap. Caucasian Sasquatch says, you misspelled it. Hey, Caucasian. Amanda says, but you still get up and go to work, Rachel. So that says something. Right on. Yeah, if you get up and go to work, you're doing half the job right there. April says, hi, Jeff. Good to see you. How are you doing? Bill Bennett says, we're supposed to help others, even our enemies. That's the hard one. Well, yeah, if you are able to, you are supposed to. There are people that aren't able to. But if you have a substantial way of living and you have a good income, you absolutely should help at least your community if you can, you know. That's what people that provide jobs do. They help by providing jobs. And if you've got a company that does that, you should provide jobs. Christine Marshall says, hello, claps and hearts. April says, Caucasian, what's up? Much love. Smiley face, heart. Heart. Walter says, hey, Sasquatch. Caucasian says, April, greetings. And Walter. April says, Bill, good to see you tonight. Right on, I agree. Mystery, heart, and prayers. Angela says, hello, April, Amy, Amanda, Jake, and everyone. I'm so glad to have you guys on tonight. Well, I'm glad you're here, Angel. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you stay warm tonight, because I know it's cold out there. Get them dogs and snuggle up. And Angel says, I'm at Lake Wawasee in Syracuse, Indiana. I think I said that right, Wawasee. Bill Bennett says, you to fix my 10-year-old daughter is Meadow Rain. So I love the name. Oh, sorry, you too, thanks. My 10-year-old daughter's name is Meadow Rain. So I love your name, April. April Rain. Got it. Nice, Meadow Rain. Hippie much? I'm just kidding. How's your vocal cords, Jake? They're here. I can sing a little bit. April says, Rachel, lovely. How are you, hun? Jeff Green says, is busker like a troubadour? No, a troubadour is like a poet. Troubadour, that's a nice word. That's someone who croons in rhyme, right? A troubadour. A real storytelling type, but tells a story in a cadence that rhymes. That's a troubadour. A busker is just somebody that plays for free and hopes that you'll tip them, much like I'm about to do right now. Amy Elizabeth says, yep, the Gideon's Bible is a King James Version. Right on. Amanda says, Jeff, I think that has something to do with a musical poet. Yes, that's exactly right. Walter Davis says, Gideon Society put Bibles in hotels and motel rooms across the world. Right. But in order for them to be able to do that, they had to have a copyright on it. So they copyrighted the Gideon Bible. That's why they call it that instead of the King James Bible. So they put their name on it, which gives them the right to own it, because nobody thought to do that before, because why would you copyright the Bible? It's free. They did. And so now they make money on the Bible, and every Bible salesman you ever see, they're giving some of that to Gideon because he was smart enough to copyright it. Angela says, my house is in Fort Wayne. And you're saying you have squatters in your house? That's why you're in a tent? Can't the police get them out? Or do I need to send you a claw hammer? Amy says, I sleep on an air mattress in my RV. I have to make sure there is air in it, or I will wake up a human taco. You kind of already are a human taco, lady. Oh, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Well, at least you don't have to worry about rolling out of bed, and you don't have to worry about taco sauce. And April says, yep, it means an entertainer performing for donations. That's what a busker is, correct. Janice Bannis, hello, welcome to the show. Can you show me what kind of blender you have? No, that's none of your damn business, and I'd appreciate it if you'd stay out of my affairs. Kind of blender? I have a 3D blender. Does that help? Amanda says, welcome, Janice, and hi. And April says, oh, thanks, Bill. I love her name too. Wow. Heart, 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 heart. Janice says, thanks. You're welcome. April says, Janice, LOL. Angela says, perfect pronunciation, Jake. Now try Wakarusa. We also have Wawaka. And the only reason I can pronounce that is because I live in Florida and we have places like Alachua and Kissimmee and, things like that. And Ichitukni. So I'm used to the Indian sounding names. Juanita, that's a Mexican sounding name, but yeah. Amanda says, LOL, Jake, you're so bad. Human taco with taco sauce. Angela says, they have mail going there, so I have to evict them in civil court. Ah, they were smart squatters. Got it. Some people just ain't got no respect. Walter says, Angela, we can set up some minor violence to get you back in your house if that's all it is. Right on. We'll go in there and knock a few heads together and put the fear of God into them. If I was closer, I'd do it for you. April says, ha ha ha. Yep, LOL. All right, let's see if I can do some busking for you. Forgive the noise. I got to turn my noise filter off so it'll pick up the guitar. So if you hear me breathing, that's why. Can you hear that all right? She put a golden hand on the right, left hand this time. Oh, sorry. What do you want to hear? Itchipacasasa, Florida. That's right, April. Amanda. Walter says, this ain't the turn the other cheek kind of Bible group. No, it's not. I love the background, Amanda. My name's Jake, but thank you. Angela says, silver threads and golden needles. Silver threads and golden needles. I don't know that song. Who is that? It seems like I've heard that before. Bill Bennett says, that were bums. Enjoy this life, because that's all you get. Right on. April says, 80 break your heart. You can tell the world you was my girl. You can burn my clothes when I'm gone. You can tell your friends just what a fool I've been and laugh and joke about me on the phone. You can tell your mom I moved to Arkansas. You can burn my clothes when I'm gone. You can tell my eyes to watch out for my mind and laugh and joke about me on the phone. But don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think you'd understand. If you tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, it might blow up and kill this man. There you go. Now pay my accountant. Bill Bennett says, MT Basinker. Right on. April says, LOL. Linda says, Walter, make sure I have some bail money before you go doing anything like that. Right on. That's, Walter says, do you know turn 21 in prison? That would be, Mama Tried. My first thing I remember knowing was that lonesome whistle blowing I don't know the rest of this country song, but I'll make something up. You'll sing right along, 'cause that's the way we do this anymore. I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one dared to know, but Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleading I denied. Leaves only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried. Yeah, something like that. Amanda says, LOL, right, Linda? I have a bondsman as a good friend. Well, if you ever get put in prison, maybe you should use that guy. April says, LOL, smiley face, clap, clap, thumbs up, and a woohoo. Dana says, I like the old American yeehaw country music. Me too. I like that stuff. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Ain't all you ever saw, been in trouble with the law since the day he was born. Straighten the curve, lightening the hill. Someday the mountain might get him, but the law never will. Making a way, there's only way, there's no how. Yeah. Yeah, but that's just a little bit more than the law will allow. That's good stuff, Dana. April says, you go. Go, Jake. Woo. Thank you. And Amanda says, accountant. April says, aha, hilarious. Y'all love it. I love it. Amanda says, he won't do me any good now he's in Florida. Well, he might do out of state if he's a good friend. April says, Dana, me too. Love that old country music. I like it. It goes way back. You know what I mean? Angela says, Linda Ronstadt or Springfield, Silver Threads and Golden Needles. Well, I know some Linda Ronstadt, but I don't know that one. I have heard it, but I don't know it. But I know like, is this Linda Ronstadt? I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been pushed round, I've been let down. When will I be loved? When I found a new man that I want for mine, probably break my heart in two. It happens every time. Oh, now I've been cheated. Something like that, anyway. I think that's Linda Ronstadt. Walter says, I would have spent 21 in county, but I threatened the judge and he let me go home that weekend. Damn, Walter. You like a real gunslinger, ain't you? Christine says, hermeneutics, the study of the Bibles. The ability of hermeneutics comes from the word hermeneuo, the Greek word. I can barely see that. The Greek word, where'd it go? Sorry, my chat jumped. Dimenudo, is that what it says? This word means to interpret, to explain, to translate. Well, I'm that guy, for sure. And Dana says, heart clap, clap. Walter says, long story, but right on. Angela says, sing a song, sweet music man. Sing me a song, sweet music man. I like Kenny Rogers. Something like that. Been a while. Bill Bennett says, good night, all. Great jamming, Jake. I love the Untethered Live family. Glad to be here. Hope to see you all soon. Well, we hope to see you soon, too, Bill. Thanks for being here, buddy. We'll be here Friday night. Come check us out. Angela says, good night, Bill. Oh, that's Patty Loveless, isn't it? No, that's not Patty Loveless. No, I think that was Linda Ronstadt. Patty Loveless does this song. She left her car in the driveway. She left her keys in the door. She left the kids at her mama's. She left the groceries on the floor. She left a note on my pillow, right where it wouldn't be missed. And she left a note, something, right next to the grocery list. It said, you don't even know who I am. You left me a long time ago. You don't even know who I am. So why would you care if I go? She did that song. How's that song go? Give me a minute, I gotta remember it. She pulled him out like the burning end of a midnight cigarette for years and years. Tried to hide the whiskey on his breath. She tried to drink him off his mind a little at a time. She never could get drunk enough to get her off his mind until tonight. She put that bottle to his head and pulled the trigger. Finally drank his memory away. Something. Life is short, this time it was bigger than the strength she had to get up off her knees. She found him with her face down in the pillow, clinging to his picture for dear life. And when we buried him beneath the willow, the angel sang a whiskey lullaby. La 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 la. La 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 la. Yep, that's a good song too. That'll make you cry. Don't need none of that. Christine says another Greek word is that one. 𝕉𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕝𝕝. Something like that. This word means to translate or to interpret. It is related to the concept of hermeneutics, the theory and practice of interpretation, especially of the Bible. Thank you, Christine. That's a good one. Walter says, good night, Bill. April says, yes. Angela says, my favorite song is 110 Soldier. I don't know that one. Amanda says, yep, it's Linda Ronstadt. My bad. I told you it was. Don't argue with me. Christine says, fire. Music and musical notes and hearts and microphones. And Walter says, Angela, great song from the legend of Billy Jack. Right on. Angela says, yes, Walter, it is. April says, what do the gifts mean? I think I just got 50 of the floating hearts. What does it mean, gifting? I don't know. I've never used that. I don't understand what that means. You'll just have to play with it and find out, I guess. Amy Elizabeth says, I've been researching used cars. I'm thinking of getting a stick shift because they're cheaper. Probably so. And they also drive more fun. Amanda says, we don't know, April. Haven't figured it out yet. It's a brand new feature, but I'm not sure it translates to money. I don't know what they're for. Angela says, I also love Whiskey Lullaby. Well, I just played it for you. April says, Patty Loveless, don't toss us away. Don't toss us away. I can't remember how that goes. I've heard that one. I played that one, but I can't remember it. And I try to think about Elvis. Blame it on your heart, etc. Yep, I love Patty Loveless. Don't toss us away. It ain't right. Da, 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 da. I've played that song before, but I can't remember anything about it. I got to go back and look at it. And yes, a stick shift is far less likely to be stolen because no one can drive them anymore, says Walter. Right on. And Dana says, I like to call the Bible colleges the modern-day schools of the Pharisees, and I don't pay any attention to their fancy, schmancy words. They love to create in order to look and sound important. I know that's right. There's a lot of them out there, and they are teaching the wrong things. Stay small, stay local when it comes to Bible studying. Stay with Untethered Live. We'll get you there. Dana says, smiley face. And Amy Elizabeth says, I used to have a Mazda Miata 6-speed. I love that car. I used to have a Mazda. I think mine was a R7, R6, something like that. RX-7. No, that don't sound right. It's one of those Mazda type-y cars. Christine says, yeah, but if you use it to teach yourself, it is such a building block. When was a cornerstone of learning? Right on. Well, I am autodidactic, which is another big word, by the way, and it means to be self-taught. And I love it. Oh, Lord. Any old Willie, Waylon, Hank, DAC, Shooter Jennings, etc., you know classic outlaw country music. Yes, I do. Like, I need a little time off for bad behavior. The devil in me's done been asleep too long. I need a little time off for bad behavior. Looks like I've been too good for too long. Well, I'm up and gone at the break of dawn. I've been working like a regular dog to keep the woman and the water and the lights and the phone turned on. I've been saying yes, sir, all day at work. I've been saying yes, ma'am, at home. I've been storing up the FUs, keeping them under my tongue. I need a little time off for bad behavior. The devil in me's done been asleep too long. Need a little time off for bad behavior. Looks like I've been too good for too long. Well, I had this number on my mind a while. I've been fighting off the urge to call. This pretty little strawberry blonde with a southern drawl, yeah. Well, my good old buddy come from Alabama said the fish have been missing me. I need to renew my friendship with Jim Beam. Good song, good stuff. But that wasn't all. You asked for Willie, Waylon, Hank, and Shooter, and DAC. That was DAC. This is Hank. Outlaw woman, she just out for fun. Willie Nelson. Postman delivered, past due bill notice. The alarm clock rang 3 hours late. Garbage man left on, trash on the sidewalk, and the hinges fell off of the gate. This morning at breakfast, spilled all the coffee, and I opened the door on my knee. The last thing I needed, First thing this morning was to have you walk out on me. Excuse me for living like my whole world just ended. Excuse me for acting like I just lost my best friend. Excuse me for living, being forgiven. Just go on if you want to be free. 'Cause the last thing I needed, first thing this morning, was to have you walk out on me. Hank Williams Jr. No, sorry. Merle Haggard. Here we go. I got you. I wish a buck was still silver and a joint was a bad place to be. It was back before Clinton lied to us all on TV. Before microwave ovens, when a girl would still cook because she could. The best of the free life behind us now. Are the good times really over for good? Stop rolling downhill like a snowball headed for hell. Stand up, tall, raise your hand to the Liberty Bell. I wish a Ford and a Chevy still last 10 years like a Dodge should. The best of the free life behind us now. All the good times really over for good. Waylon Jennings. Driving down in Mississippi, up where the green grass grows. Left a girl in Cincinnati waiting where the Ohio River flows. 'Cause I'm a rambling man, don't give your love to any old rambling man. Well, up in Chicago, I was known as quite a boy. Maybe I am. But back home in Georgia, they call me the man of joy. That's for sure. 'Cause I'm a rambling man. Don't give your love to any old rambling man. Well, you better move away. You're standing too close to the flames. When I mess with your mind, your little heart won't beat the same. 'Cause I'm a rambling man. Don't give your love to any old rambling man. Shooter Jennings. Every time I think I see your face in the crowd, it's like a bell inside of me and it's ringing out loud. I've been so high for so long and nothing's tried and true. Think about coming home and lay a little on you. I'm gone, yeah, I'm gone. Gone to Carolina where I know that I belong. Gone, yeah, I'm gone. Gone to Carolina, where I know that I belong. Come on now. I got things to do. All right, I think that was all of them. How about that? Mr. Jukebox, that's what they used to call me. Dana says, I read that one. Sorry. I think we got a member. We got a new member. Who's the new member? Let's get over here. Oh, Angela Hoskins joins us to be a novice. Welcome, Angela. Thank you for becoming a member. And April hits me with a $9.99 super chat. $9.99. Thank you, April. God bless you. See, busking pays off. Now let me see where I was at there. Where are we at? Allison Krause. April. That's not Allison Krause, but she did it. There you go. Little Allison Krause for you. Angela says, dang, Jake, I got a tear and goosebumps. This song is such a sad and beautiful. Thank you, Angela. I can't go any higher than that in chat, so I guess that's where we're going. Dana says, Christine Marshall, my teacher is the master teacher, the Lord God. That's right. Linda says, Amy, I'm a whiskey girl. I know that song too, but I can't sing it right now. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. And Christine says, when you study all this, you come to the conclusion that all words are derived from other words that pretty much mean the same thing. So if you know what you're doing, you can really track the etymology. Amen. John H., what's up, buddy? He says, hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I just got in 3 o'clock here. Wow. And Dana says, I have his book. Amanda says, me too, Linda. When I have a drink, that is. I don't drink, so, you know. It's tequila for me all the way, for sure. April says, yep, it's Linda Ronstadt. I've sang that song a lot. Right. Amanda says, hi, John. And April says, a lot. Right. April says, John, good to see you. Bill Bennett says, I haven't went to sleep yet. I agree with your interpretation of the life because the way you explain the Bible. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I try. I'm trying to do good by it, and I hope that helps somebody. Amanda says, April used to sing, Don't Toss Us Away. I thought so. I'm pretty sure I played it before. I just can't remember how it goes right now. As soon as somebody starts singing it, though, I'll be like, yep, that's it. I got it. But for whatever reason, it ain't poking in. Amy says, hello, John. Or hello, John. Governor. I didn't know you could type in an accent, but there you have it. Angela says, listen, children, to a story that was written long ago about a kingdom on a mountain and a valley folk below. I must be quite a bit older than you. You must be, but you'd be surprised. I'm older than I look. April says, so thoughtlessly, I just ain't right. Oh, can't you see? Gonna ride. I can't hit that note, sorry. It's too high. I guess I could down key it. Gonna ride a freight train. No, let's see. Gonna ride a freight train down at the station. I don't care where I go. Gonna climb a mountain, highest mountain long. Jump off. Nobody gonna know. I can't do it. It's too high. Sorry. I do know it, though. Listen. I can't do it. I just can't hit the note right now. Walter says, Linda is my little whiskey girl. She's my little whiskey girl. Dana says, Christine Marshall, peace. Amy says, this is my Bible study. Right on. Amanda says, Mazda RX-7 or MR2. I think it was RX-7 that I had. Walter says, Angela, how old are you? I bet I got you beat. Angela says, my Bible study and fellowship too, Amy. Thank you for inviting me here. God bless you, and thank you for being here. I love having you. Let's see what we got going on here. Christine says, biblical authors interpreted older texts like the Old Testament, prophets interpreting earlier writings. Also true. Unfortunately, we weren't alive back then, so all we have to go on are the first documents, which they are first documents, which means you can rely on them. And they go back a long way, and people have been interpreting them and trying to understand them since their inception, which means they are quite complicated and well written and contain many, many secrets. Amanda says, singing along. No, you're not. I can hear you. Bill Bennett says, Mazda RX-7 two-door coupe, 4-cylinder turbo, has a rotary engine that I couldn't assemble for $1 million. The inventor had to be an alien or Chinese. Angela says, 59 in June, but my family had me singing in front of people and congregation since I was 3. I think my mom wanted me to be the next Shirley Temple. Aw. Dennis Bigfoot. What's up, buddy? He says, evening, everybody. Amanda says, hi, Dennis. We checked out your channel the other night, Dennis. Nice. Good work. Angela says, hello, Dennis. And Dana says, hi, Dennis. Linda Davis says, I didn't mean you had to sing them all, but I'll take it. Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. I'll come at you. You throw some stuff at me, I'll do it. I'm here for your entertainment. It's 10:30. April says, hi, Dennis. And Amanda says, you should have known, Linda. Challenge accepted. Right on, says Amanda. Amy says, like, share, super chat available. Feed Jake. Hey.
Feed Jake, now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, feed Jake, my best friend, right through it all.
Feed Jake.
Feed Jake.
I'll do it.
If I die before I wake, feed Jake.
That's enough of that nonsense. Thank you, Amy. April says, good one. Thumbs up, clap, clap. Thank you. Linda Davis says, Walter, heart and kisses. Christine Marshall says, hermeneutical systems based on the principles and examples found within the Word of God itself. Amen. Fab Daddy's here. What's up, Fab Daddy? He says, happy Wednesday. Hey, Fab, good to see you. Fab Daddy in the house. Dennis says, hey, Amanda. I've held it all inward. God knows I've tried. It's an awful awakening in a country boy's life. When you look in the mirror, a total surprise at the gray in your hair and the age in your eyes. Amanda, light of my life, fate should have made you a gentleman's wife. Amanda, light of my life, fate should have made you a gentleman's wife. A measure of people they don't understand the pleasure of life in a country rock band. I got my first guitar when I was about 3, but now I'm over 50 but I'm still pretty damn mean. Amanda, light of my life, fate should have made you a gentleman's wife. Amanda, light of my life, fate should have made you a gentleman's wife. I've got a couple more years on you, baby, that's all. 'Cause I've had more chances to ride and more chances to fall. It's not that I'm wiser in so many ways, but it's just that my back's against the wall. 'Cause I've got a couple more years on you, baby, that's all. Day after day, I'm so confused, spending my life in the pouring rain, waiting along, wrapped up in blue. I can't remember the words. Ain't it a shame? Hurting my brain. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in you, rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, free my soul. I wanna get lost in you, rock and roll and drift away. Won't you take me away? There you go. There's some rock and roll for you. Oh! All right. I've had enough, boys and girls. I'm going to get through to the bottom of the chat, and then I'm going to go to bed. Dennis says, hey, April. Amanda says, hi, Fab. Happy hump day. Camel, camel. Walter says, Angela, I'll be 59 in June, too. You among good company. I'm 50 going on 2,574.3. Honest. True story. Dennis says, hey, Angela. And April hits me with that 999999999. And she says, much love. Much love back at you, sweetheart. I love you. And Kevin, too, who isn't talking very much for some reason. Amy says, my feet hurt. I had to take off my snow boots and put on my sneakers. How did you find them? You're sneaky. Amy says, thanks, April. And Amanda says, dang, y'all make me feel like a youngin'. You are a youngin'. Walter says, hey, Dennis. And Amanda says, thanks, April. And Walter says, Hank Jr. I did some. Amanda says, April Rain, you're awesome, April. We love you. Hearts and the kitty cat. Smiley face. I like it. Walter says, I'm a rambling man. Thank you. Linda says, I'm singing along. Woohoo. Thank you, Linda. Dennis says, hey, Walter. And Angela becomes a member. You got yourself a J tag. Don't that look great by your name, by the way, Angela? Makes you look important. You are. You're part of the team. It changes colors every month, too, by the way. Amanda says, welcome to the J tag, Angela, and thank you. And April says, I love you too, Jake and Amanda. Heart, heart, heart. Mystery hearts and a heart with stars in it. Amy says, where's Colin? I hadn't seen him in a while. And I hope he's okay. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he just got tired of trolling us. That's all. Christine says, fire. Don't worry, I won't let y'all leave without hearing the song. Amanda says, he's probably scrapping, Amy. Probably. April says, nice, Angela. Welcome to the J-Tag and becoming a member. Woohoo. Much love, hearts, smiley faces, and prayers. Christine says, my wife likes the vibes. Well, you tell your wife she's got excellent taste. And tell her I said so. And Dana says, I hope Mr. Pro is doing well after his horrible injury. Well, I spoke to Mr. Pro, I guess it was Monday, and he said to tell you hello. And so I'm delivering the message back to you because I told him that you asked about him. And he said he was doing fine. So he's in good spirits and he's doing well. Angela says, thank you, Amanda. I appreciate you all so very much. And Amy S., I appreciate you inviting me here. I fit in. Yes, you do, Angela. Perfect fit. If my voice was a little stronger, I'd sing Angel Eyes for you because I know that's kind of your name. Amanda says, he said to tell you hi, Dana. And he was here Monday night for a minute. And Amanda says, we are happy you're here, Angela. And Dana says, heart. And Christine says, prayers. Prayers, Christine. Sorry, my chat jumped. Where did it go? Good gracious. There we go. Dennis Bigfoot says, hey, Dana. Fab Daddy says, did I miss the chat of Greenland, Canada becoming the 51st state or Panama Canal? Well, we mentioned it at the beginning of the show, Fab Daddy, but we were really talking about it. We'll talk more about it on Saturday. Linda says, Desperado or Should Have Been a Cowboy have always been your theme songs. Right on. April says, I sent a Cash App too, hon. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You are an angel. Thank you. Angela says, if my affairs were in order, I could do more. I'll get it together soon. Angela, you are not required to do anything, honey, only if you can. And certainly if you're not faring well, please take care of you first. I'll do this for free. That's fine. But thank you for the offer. Linda says, my comment is about Walter. I got that much because I can't sing Desperado and I ain't no cowboy, but you know what I'm saying. April says, I love that song. It's a good song. And Amanda says, no, Fab, probably Saturday night. Fab says, LOL, okay. Linda says, great song, heart, thank you. Fab Daddy says, tonight, Jam Fest, hump day. Right on. And April says, Fab Daddy, what's up? Good to see you. Fab Daddy says, hi, April. Amanda says, yes, Fab, and big words. Yeah, if you got a big word, throw one on us. We like big words here tonight. Walter says, Linda, I never promised you a rose garden. I beg your pardon. Helen ready. April says, yes, it's also Elvis's birthday. 90. He'd be 90. Rest in peace. Walter says, you know that one, Jack? I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. No, never heard it. Fab Daddy says, Paradolus. Everywhere I look. Or Paradolius. Paradolus? Paradolius. What are you saying? Paradiddles? Walter Davis says, hey, Fab. Linda says, true, Walter. Just another day in paradise. Just another day in paradise. Fab Daddy says, hey, Walter. Patty Donahue's in the house. She says, the music is great. RX for anyone. I'm off. Thank you. Patty, thank you, and God bless you. I hope you're staying warm tonight there in Tennessee. Christine says, Elvis Presley's song, In the Ghetto, is an amazing song. In the ghetto. In the ghetto. Yep, I like that song. It's a good one. Not really my thing, but it's a good song. Walter Davis says, I was a cowboy when we met. Or when you met me. What did you expect? Probably not to hang your hat up at Kitty's place. That I'm guessing. Amanda says, good night, Patty. And April Rain says, good night, Patty, love. Angela says, by the way, I'm warmer now for some reason. Aw. Walter says, hey, Patty. Linda Davis says, well, Walter, does that mean I'm your Miss Kitty? She drinks tequila. He talks dirty in Spanish. She wears sombreros and he wears a dirty red bandana. What? Amanda says, Jake's music has a way of doing that to you, Angela. LOL. It's the mustache entirely. Can I come back up here now? Thank you. And I got to turn this back on because I know you guys are tired of hearing me breathe like Darth Vader. Better. April says, I have my space heater in front of me. I'm so stupid I left the sliding glass door open. Jeez. Close the door. It's wintertime. Angela says, can't you see? Can name that song in 5 minutes. Right on. Or 5 notes. Yep. Boo-doo-doo-doo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 notes, probably. Dennis says, dang, propane just ran out. That's not good, Dennis. Better go to the convenience store and switch it in. Angela says, June what, Walter? June what? What's your birthday? June what? I think. Oh, Dana hit me with a $50 super chat. Dana, God bless you. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. I'm trying to hit the like button, but it won't let me. I think I got it. Well, thank you. Amanda says, oh no, Dennis, stay warm, man. Walter Davis says, Linda, I put a ring on your finger, so no. No, you're not Miss Kitty. You're the one he comes home to. Sleeping double in a single bed. Angela says, hello, Dennis. April says, Dennis, no way. Amanda says, I didn't say I was singing loud. LOL. LOL. Laughing out loud. No, you're not. I can hear you. You're trying to trick me. I can see it. April says, LOL, Amanda. Linda says, true, Walter. You do have a lot of hats here. Excuse me, ma'am. Did I leave my boots under your bed? Dennis Bigfoot says, little late. Had to take Mom bowling. Just got home. I hear you. Did you strike out or did you win? Oh, wait. That's the same thing. April says, listen to the lyrics. Woohoo. Come on. Whoa, whoa. Listen to the lyrics. April says, feed Jake. Smiley. Nope. That's a mystery heart with a thumbs up and a prayer. Amy Elizabeth says, the snow is deeper than my chihuahua is tall. I took him out to potty and he wasn't having it. Oh, I bet he's got a reason to be trembling now, right? And Amanda says, LOL. Hell no, Amy. He will freeze his little wee-wee off, poor thing. Oh, my song. Thanks, Jake. You're welcome. I figured it was time you heard it. Dennis says, it's just my little heater for outside cigarette smoking. Right on. I smoke in my house because, I'm grown, but I understand where you're coming from. I'm messing with you, man. Amy says, did you take her home, Dennis, or leave her there? Just kidding. That's a good one, Amy. Dennis says, I won't refill it till tomorrow. Too lazy. I understand that. I've got like 5 tanks around here that are empty. I need to go fill up. Amanda says, he did make me a true gentleman's wife. I don't know about all that. I have a reputation. Don't be telling people things like that. Angela says, Walter, what day in June is your birthday? Dennis says, I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm good, dear. Aw. We all worry about each other. Amy says, I had a propane leak and turned the system off. I didn't want to die from carbon monoxide poisoning. Probably a smart move. Get somebody to check out your regulator. Make sure your lines are, sturdy. And, yeah, don't freeze to death, but don't go to sleep with a propane leak either. April says, dang, Amy, I don't blame you. Amy says, now I have 3 full tanks that I'm not using. Got to get somebody to look at them lines. Walter Davis says, that better be your wedding song, and you better honeymoon on my boat. I'd be glad to. That sounds like fun, actually. Dana says, beautiful song dedicated to Amanda. Christine says, I'm going to retract the message just to screw with Jake. April says, Amanda, light of my life. Hearts and prayers. Amanda says, he's so sweet and so good to me, Dana. Shh. Go make me a pie. Don't tell them that. They're going to start thinking I'm a nice guy. Can't have that. Amanda says, oh, April, I love you too. Walter Davis says, probably should get married in the summer. It gets cold in New Jersey in the wintertime at the shore. I bet it does. I don't know about the whole marrying thing. We'll see. I already did that once. I don't like to repeat myself. I meant it the first time. I didn't change my mind, so I'm pretty sure it still holds with God, so I'm good. April says, nice. Music and hearts. And Dana says, or, now bear with me, honeymoon in an ancient city of Prague, or in Mademoiselle. That's a different place. Right. Marcel. That's in France, right? Dana says, Amanda and Jake sitting in a tree. Doing something that ends with ing anyway. Amanda says, oh, Dana. And April says, LOL, Jake. Kevin just got home. He had a long day, and he says he loves you all. Hugs and kisses. Well, I love you too, Kevin. Come back and hang out with us, man. We miss you. You come in and say, hey, and then bye. That's it. Ain't even got a sports update in a month. Probably ain't no sports going on, but that's beside the point. Amanda says, rest, Kevin. We love you too. April says, hadn't seen Diego. Oh, I've forgotten all about that guy. Yeah, he quit coming. He got tired of arguing with me, I guess. Because that happens. In a very long time. Yeah, he stopped coming a couple years ago. He hadn't been here in a few years. April says, oh, what happened to John? He's here, or he was here. There's 2 Johns, by the way. So which one are you referring to? 1 or 2? 1 being Mr. P. There might be 3 Johns here now. Amanda says, he got burned by grease, April. Yeah, he poured grease on him somehow, got burned. Burned his arm and his leg, I think. Amy says, Gulf of America. Yeah. Make the Gulf great again. April says, oh, golly. Smiley face bending over. Prayers. Prayers to John, much love, heart. I'll make sure he knows you said that. And Dana says, Amy Elizabeth, yep. Trump is talking too much. He might be. He might be doing that as a matter of trying to cause people to get nervous, too. He might be using that as a tactical advantage. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what he does. I don't really care what he says because I know he's a talker, but I'd like to see what he uses that with, what he does with that, and I hope it's a good thing. I hope it's for the good of America. Amy says, see y'all on Friday. Amy, God bless you. Stay warm. Get them lines checked out and don't freeze to death. We'll see you Friday. Amanda says, good night, Amy. Stay warm. And don't freeze the Chihuahua, LOL. Christine says, Dana's awesome. I mean that a lot. You're always really mature with manners and more. Thumbs up. Yes, she is. She's very smart and very cordial, and she's always taken very good care of me. And I don't know why, but I'm grateful for it. And thank you, Dana. April says, see you on Friday, Amy. We love you. Good night, hugs, smiley face, hearts, and prayers. Amy says, North America, South America, it belongs to them both. The Gulf of America makes sense. I agree. Christine says, have a good night. Christine, God bless you. April says, Christine, I agree. Mystery heart, thumbs up, smiley faces. And Amanda says, good night, Christine. And good night, Irene. What? April says, much love, Christine. God bless us all. Prayers and hearts. Christine says, heart. And April says, I am an idiotard. You mean an idiotard? I think that's what you're trying to say. What is an idiotard? I like it, whatever it is. Oh, Dana with that $50 super chat. And Amanda says, Dana, you're amazing. We love you. Thank you. Angela says, thank you, Dana. And April says, nice, Dana. Sweet. Much love. Hugs, mystery heart, and a smiley face. And Amanda says, been there, done that. Double in a single bed. Right on. I've slept double in a single bed, single in a double bed, and triple in a twice bed. Wait. Linda says, Angela, Walter's birthday is June 1st. Just so you know. And April says, talking about Feed Jake. Thank you, April. God bless you. April says, LOL, smiley face. Christine says, I'm still here. I was just saying goodnight to April. I think she said she was leaving. I don't know. I could be wrong. People just pop in and out, man. It's all right, but thank you. Walter says, the first. Dennis Bigfoot says, nope. She goes on machine, and I chill with a buddy while she does her league with her friends. And I got more propane, just too cold to play with it tonight. I hear you, buddy. Angela says, good night, Amy. Angela says, Linda, Walter, mine is the 24th of June. Happy 6 months from now birthday. And John H. says, I told you he was here. I thought you were here, John. And Linda says, Angela, one of our sons is on the 29th, Linda says. April says, hi, John, how are you? How are you doing, love? And Angela says, Trump is playing chess, and he's winning. Hearts and a surprised smiley face with a bad hairdo. I think that's what that is. Christine says, we are going to take over Greenland for security issues. Well, I know that it is strategically located between China and Russia and America, wherever it's at. Anyway, they don't actually own Greenland. I think the people that inhabit it are from Denmark or something like that. I don't know a lot about it. I'm just learning about it this week because I just heard about it for the first time, and my interests are just peaked up in that area of the world. So we will see. I'll learn more about it and tell you about it Saturday. But it is for strategic reasons. I do know that. It is militarily pertinent that we gain access to Greenland for whatever reasons. John says, I'm doing fine. I've been on a date and wine and dine tonight the old-fashioned way. Well, John, God bless you, sir. I hope that was a successful date. I know you ain't overly successful because you're sitting here talking to us, but I hope there's a number 2 date involved. And April says, LOL, I don't know. Christine says, so I believe they're just going to sell it to us. They might, or he might take it from them because nobody actually owns it. It's like occupied, but not, I don't think they have a rightful heir to it. We'll see. I don't know much about it yet. Dennis says, the commercials make it even more behind Lamau. Sorry about that, but I need to make a living somehow. April says, I just thought it was funny. Dennis says, bless you, Dana. Yes, bless you, Dana. Bless all of you. All of you. Angela says, that's cool. Summer birthdays are the best. Yeah, because if it's too close to Christmas like mine, you just know you're not getting a good present for Christmas or your birthday because they got to split it up. So you get half and half. That's the only way you go. See, when you have a December birthday, you never get good gifts. So you want a birthday in the summer and you want Christmas in the winter. That way you get good gifts on both, I think. Selfish me. Anyway, that was a joke. Didn't turn out well. Dennis says, smiley, 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 smiley. Christine says, yeah, Denmark owns it. Or they're from Denmark. I don't know if they own it. I don't think they have rightful ownership to it. I think there's more involved. I'm not real sure, though. We might actually own it, but have just let it be occupied because it's not pertinent to us until now. I don't know. I have to look into it more to find out what the answers are. But I know Denmark is involved. April says, awesomeness, John. Dana says, much love to all. Much love back to you, Dana. God bless you, and thank you so much for the gift. Appreciate that. Dennis says, smiley, smiley, smiley. Amanda says, good night, Dana. Jordan Scott Mills comes in. He says, hey, folks, I just got back from the gym. Are you working on them biceps and triceps and quads? Septa something or others? Never mind. John says, second, third, and fourth. Slow burner. I hear you, buddy. I don't know what you mean, but I hear you. April says, hi, Jordan. Good to see you. How was the gym? Probably uplifting. See what I did there? It's funny. Amanda says, hi, Jordan. Oiled up for Jesus. You go away. Nope, it's Denmark's, says oiled up. Dana says, bless you too, Dennis Bigfoot. Bless us all. Jordan says, my birthday is early January, and growing up, at least I always just ask for one or the other, usually Christmas. My parents respected me enough to be open about that kind of thing. I hear you, Jordan, and happy birthday. Amanda's birthday's this month, too. Happy birthday to you both. Dennis Bigfoot says, thank you. Jordan says, hey, Amanda. Hey, April. It was good doing weights today. What else do you do at a gym? April says, oiled up. Why do you ask that? China will own USA soon. Well, I don't disagree with that, oiled up. You're very possibly correct. And Amanda says, when is your birthday, Jordan? Mine is Saturday. Amanda says, because he's childish, April. Well, he did add something to the conversation, so maybe he just didn't understand this ain't the kind of place to troll, and so we might forgive him his first comment and ask him to not disrespect Jesus here. But other than that, he's more than welcome to join the conversation if he's got something pertinent to add. April says, Gatorface. And Linda says, I hear you about birthdays around Christmas. Mine is the day after my sister's, so I also had to share the day with her growing up. Oh, that sucks. I hear you. Jordan says, I switch between cardio, weights, and anaerobic. Cool. And mine was the second, Amanda. So happy birthday, Jordan. God bless you. I wish I'd have known that then. I'd have sang you happy birthday. All right, it's 11:05, and I got to get up early in the morning, so I got to go into work early, an hour earlier tomorrow. So I'm going to bed. Amanda says, sweet Jordan, happy birthday. Happy late birthday. Cakes and balloons. And April says, happy belated birthday, Jordan love. Smiley face and hearts. All right. I love each and every one of you, and I can't wait till Friday till we can do this again. Have a great night. God bless you all. Please take care of yourselves. Be warm, and email me if you need any help, and I'll see if I can't rustle up the people and get some help to you. God bless you all. Amanda says, good night all. See you Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Untethered Live for another chill stream coming at you live. Angela says, my two youngest kids are born 8/1/88 and 8/2/89. I hear you. My two kids are born 10 months apart, so that's how I roll. Christine says, good night. Linda says, good night, all heart. Jordan says, thanks, guys. April says, love you all. God bless us all and sweet dreams. Smiley face, mystery heart, 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 and smiley face with herpes or breasts or whatever that is. Dennis says, good night, all. God bless you. Jordan Scott Mills says, have a good night. Sleep well. I'm going to try. April says, God bless. And Amanda says, lots of hearts. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for the great conversation and the great words that we came up with tonight and all the super chats. Thank you. And the new member, Angela. Everybody welcome Angela to the show, and we'll see her from now on. Good night, and God bless. Thanks for watching.